This was a very popular pick in the comment section, so on this video we're going to be doing a brutally honest crypto review of Solana. If you haven't been to the channel before, welcome to Alchemy Meta. My name is EQ and I'm here to help you become a better crypto trader. In brutally honest crypto reviews, you tell me which cryptos you want me to review and I'll give you an honest opinion on them. And don't forget to let me know in the comment section which crypto we should review next. Now Solana is one of the hottest ecosystems right now, including Solana Summer for anyone in the NFT craze. Now Solana is a layer 1 solution that's currently ranked number 9 in terms of total market cap, and they're looking to be a direct competitor with Cardano and Ethereum and other layer 1 solutions. Solana is really new to the crypto world as well. They were listed in April of 2020, so this was their first bull run, unlike Ethereum and some of the other ones, which would be their second or third bull run. Now when we look under the hood of Solana, they claim and boast to say that they can go up to around 50,000 transactions per second. Currently, they're processing around 3,000 transactions per second. And don't get me wrong, this number is still really high. Let's compare this to Ethereum, for example, who now, because of Polygon and ZK EVM, are going to be able to reach up to 2,000 transactions per second, which means that Solana is already beating out Ethereum. This is critical for Solana as they look to maintain low gas fees, essentially continuing to beat out the gas fees on Ethereum to help drive people to the Solana ecosystem. One of the biggest knocks on Solana is going to be their validator number. People consider this to be centralized because the validator number is so low. Solana is under 2,000 validators, whereas Ethereum has over 4 million current validators. So again, there's a lot of room for this ecosystem to grow if they wanted to add more validators onto the chain. But based on the current TPS and what they're looking at, they don't necessarily have to do that. And the other major knock on the Solana ecosystem is going to be the network outages, which we've seen multiple of just in 2022 alone, which is going to cause concern for a lot of people. But you do have to keep into consideration that the ecosystem is very young. So when you look at Bitcoin or Ethereum in their early stages, for example, they had their networks crashing and failing a lot as well. So this is not something that's uncommon for new ecosystems, as they're getting a lot more transactional volume, sometimes way more than they're accustomed to. Now, if you actually look into some of those shutdowns, there were a couple times where the transactions per second were trying to push 4 million, which is way more than Solana or any other ecosystem for that matter could handle. So any blockchain would have failed and crashed under that same transaction per second test. So from a fundamental and developmental stage, Solana is killing it. They have a lot of marketing push, they have a lot of devs, they have a lot of network activity, everything is popping for Solana. And when you break down into the charts and look at this from a technical analysis standpoint, we were able to finally break out of the falling wedge. We've seen some sideways movement and some volume increase, which is common within accumulation phases. And when you zoom in on the current retracement, you can see that we're testing right within the golden pocket as well as the 200 EMA. So if Solana wanted to hold price action here, then we could see a really nice potential swing based on the Fibonacci and what we like to call a hidden bullish divergence in our crypto trading group. And if you zoom out and look at this from a 3-day chart, you can see prices currently testing zones that we haven't tested since around June and July of 2021. Now keep in mind, in the zone, price did come down to around $24 before we saw the massive impulse move. So theoretically speaking, we could potentially see another pull down back to the $26 to $24 range. But as a long-term player, if you're looking for a DCA for a long-term investor, this could be a really nice area potentially for a dollar cost average situation. All in all, if I had to rate Solana, I would rate it a 7 out of 10. The main reasons being that I do believe it's one of the main competitors to the Ethereum blockchain. However, I do believe they have a lot of room to grow. And as a new ecosystem, they have to continue to prove themselves and really compete in one of the most saturated spaces, which is the layer 1 space, which is a highly competitive sector, and only a handful of these are actually going to survive the long-term pushes into like 10, 20, 30 years from now. So that's why